wiping out the Indians. Y'all was with, discriminating against the Chinese people. Y'all was with all of it. Y'all was with all of it. Y'all wasn't on the right side of history, man. You get what I'm saying? He say not true. I'm not saying all y'all. I know it's not all y'all, but if we gotta be real. Y'all was on the wrong side of history. Like, let's be real. It was white versus right, man. It was white versus right, man. It was white versus right. That's what it was. White versus right. See, that's what I always tell people, man. White people, if you don't want to be labeled with that shit, just stop calling yourself white. Be like, I ain't no white person. I'm a man. I'm a woman. Don't label me white. Don't label me none of that. I'm not with them. I'm not with agreeing to none of that shit. I'm not white. You get what I'm saying? If you want to really separate yourself from that and you want to be claiming like, yo, not all of us, I don't think like that, just stop calling yourself white then. That's what I be saying, man. Y'all just call yourself people. Don't label me by no color. Don't label me by that shit. I'm not with that shit, man. I'm not with that system, man. We moving off love. We love everybody, man. We love peace. That's what we love, bro. That's what I would do if I was white. You say it's 2026. Yeah, man, I know. You say it's in the Bible. Yeah, man, it's in the Bible. What's in the Bible? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, y'all destroyed this shit, man. But like, I'm gonna be real. Let me get back, right? Everything, right? Let's talk about the economy because the economy is what keeps the country running, right? This economy was made and keeps being ran off black people. Uh, it is what it is, man. The first value that the white people had over here on this land was was the slaves, right? That was their value, bro. That was the first valuable thing they had was slaves. That's come on, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Even to this day, bro, black people still keep this shit up and going. Because like I said, it's capitalism. Whatever you can capitalize off of, you're helping this country, right? Because you know how to tax this shit, right? So even to today, bro, black people, like, yo, it's capitalism. So nowadays, with these phones, with this internet, with the social media, you can capitalize off entertainment. Anybody, you can capitalize off entertainment. You can capitalize off making music, making people laugh, playing sports, being athletic. You can capitalize off all of that, and that helps the country. And who do you see capitalizing most off entertainment and shit like that in this country? Let's be real. Let's be real. Who capitalizing the most off the entertainment route in this country? What's the easiest way to get successful and money in this country? It's entertainment. Entertain people. Black people does it the most. That's what I'm saying, man. Black people do the most, man. You know what I'm saying? Why do people keep saying we talking about America? Stop talking about different countries and leaving in America, man. See, you can't listen. If you want to take it out of America, I could take it out of America too with y'all ancestors. You get what I'm saying? Because like I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna go back to where y'all was like throwing feces and shit on each other, man. Like you get what I'm saying? Like black people was never doing that shit, bro. Like my people's never doing that shit. Like so, like when you want to like just keep it in America, bro. Because like you want to get out there and talk about that, we could talk about it, but you ain't gonna like it because your history is more nastier than ours before America. I'm just being real. You say it's not about race to be a good athlete or singer. It is. It is, man. Let's be real. It is. In America, it is. Because listen, it's to the point where white people don't even like white people. Let's be real. White people don't like white people. Like y'all don't even like y'all president. It's some people that like him and some people don't. All black people like Obama. So all black people liked him. It is what it is. If you was a Crip, you was a Blood, you liked Obama. You know what I'm saying? You liked Obama, gang. Like, come on, man. If you thought LeBron was the best or Jordan was the best, yeah. But y'all still liked Obama. We up in there. That's us. But y'all don't even like your own president. It's some like them, some don't. This is 50-50. It's 50-50 with y'all, man. Y'all couldn't stand Obama, though. A lot of y'all couldn't stand Obama because he was just black. You know, I was just doing this because he was black. My mama, man, that's what be going on, bro. Like, y'all don't even like each other, bro. So that's why, like I said, in the World Cup, who you see up there? You ain't see no white man. It's the World Cup. I don't think people understand how big the World Cup is, though. It's the World Cup. It's the biggest sporting event in the world. You know what I'm saying? It's the biggest sporting event in the world. It's like, and they had the black man up there, man. They trying to listen. Even for the Super Bowl, they ain't put y'all up there, man. They put a Puerto Rican up there before they put y'all up there. Cause like nobody really jug with y'all. You can't sell y'all to a mainstream audience. A motherfucker turn that shit off. Like, I ain't trying to watch this shit. Put Blake Shelton on that motherfucker. Motherfucker turn that off. Like, man, put Adam Levine on there. Man, turn that. Nobody want to see that shit, man. Oh, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. It is what it is, bro. Let's be real, man. This shit capitalism. We live in the capitalism, man. Like, y'all can't capitalize off nothing but like destruction or like. So fuck shit. I ain't gonna lie. Like, y'all can't capitalize off like just regular righteous shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can't capitalize off it. Like, you got to do some other shit to capitalize, like some weird shit, or you got the shit passed down to y'all. And I'm not opposing that. There's nothing wrong with that. I actually agree with that. You know what I'm saying? I like that's how it's supposed to be. Your parents are supposed to pass things down. It's called generational wealth. That's how we do it. You say just making stuff up. What did I make up here? Everything I said was true. Say anything true. You say white people founded. It's found, not founded, right? They found the USA. Listen, man, this land was here. People was occupying on this land. People was growing crops on this land, living, having families, having babies, having tribes, however you want to call it. You know what I mean? They was here before the Caucasian was, man. So, you know, you didn't find nothing. You just took it over. You know what I mean? And yeah, man, it is what it is, man. That's what goes on, man. With human history, humans take shit over. That's what we do. You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, I'm telling you, bro. Only reason y'all able to do that shit because y'all was the first people to make a firearm. Like, y'all ain't make guns. Y'all wouldn't be off that shit, bro. Y'all probably be extinct by now, shit. Let's be real. Let's be real though. Let's be real. The gun is what got y'all to where y'all at. It wasn't y'all. It wasn't y'all IQ. It wasn't y'all. It was guns, bro. Get the poor people the guns and tell them to go just run up in shit and take it over. That's what they did. They still do it today. Get the poor white people the guns and have them run up in the Middle East. That's what y'all do, gang. Y'all had to make guns because y'all was fucked up in the dark ages. It was the dark ages. Y'all had to do something to get up. That's why they call it the dark ages. Y'all almost wiped yourself out. Y'all had to come up with some shit to get y'all up out of there. Y'all don't know y'all history. Let's do y'all history, bro. You say we evolved unlike others. Yeah, y'all evolved because y'all was never human first. Y'all was monkeys first, and y'all evolved into like what y'all is now. We didn't have to evolve. We was always here. We was what God created. When you read your Bible, right? When they say God made man in His image, He didn't make you. You not in God's image. It's me. It's this. This is God. This is what they mean when they say He made me in God's image. It's this. You came way after though. Like, we don't know how y'all came. They say y'all went in some caves and changed colors. I don't believe that shit. You can't tell me people change colors, but if y'all want to believe it, that's cool. But y'all went in some caves, changed colors, was laying down with people that weren't humans, Neanderthals or with some shit. And that's how y'all came about, man. And yeah, man, it is what it is, man. You say Africa has never been ahead of Europe. Bruh, Egypt was way ahead of fucking Europe. What is you talking about, bruh? Egypt was the first, like, that was the first, like, shit going on. What is you talking about? Africa been ahead of fucking Europe. Y'all just came with the, bruh. Well, I ain't gonna lie to you. The Romans was doing their thing before the weapons. I ain't gonna lie. The Romans did their thing before the firearms, but y'all aren't related to the Romans. That's not y'all peoples. Y'all is from like East Europe or like the England and shit like that. Y'all not from down there. That's the Italians and shit like that, bro. Y'all not them. Y'all peoples, right? Because like I said, y'all like to claim everybody history, right? Because y'all think all white history is your history. All white history isn't your history, right? Y'all was never ahead of nothing. If you come from Poland and you feel me, your peoples was Polish, you wasn't ahead of nobody. Like you still not ahead of nobody. Y'all got an identity crisis. Y'all lost your identity in America, bro. Y'all let these people steal your identity. Sad, bro. It's sad, bro. They ain't steal my identity, man. You know what I mean? I know who I am, bro. I ain't one of them. I ain't one of them. Y'all think y'all one of them. I know my people's history. I know my people's role in history. Yeah, we was the slaves, gang. It is what it is, bro. They came and took us over. We was the slaves. That's my real history. That's the history. Y'all just claimed some shit that ain't had nothing to do with y'all. Like a person from Germany will claim the shit the Portuguese did. Like, yeah, we brought over the ships. That was the Portuguese and the Spain. Like, that wasn't even y'all. Like, yeah, man, that shit funny, man. You say Egypt. Look, look. Here, Egypt's in Africa, but they're Arabs. Look at this. I said when the period, I said right. He say Egypt is Africa, but they're Arabs. Yeah, because the Arabs came, took it over, right? They conquered Egypt, right? And I'm gonna give you a little bit of history right now. I love teaching people stuff. The Arabs came and took over. They was the last people to come took over Egypt. The Romans took over Egypt before a lot of people took over Egypt, right? Because before the Arabs did it, the Romans was in there, like how you see the Arabs, right? But you want to say they are Egyptian, you know what I mean? Like, nah, the Arabs are the ones that just took it over. The real Egyptians, from what you see and the shit that you see, like on the hieroglyphics and things like that, when you see them Egyptians and the ones who built the pyramids, those are the Sudanese people, right? The Sudanese people are the ones who built the Egypt. Those are the Egyptians. Those are the ancestors from Kush. Those are them. It's not the Arabs. It's them. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. I'm trying to teach you all something, man. Go look that up, though. Yeah, the Sudanese people, them black ass people, those people are the original Egyptians. Those are the ones who did all that and built that. It was those ancestors. The Arabs came took it over. I think about like I think that's it. I don't know. I could go look it up right now. I'm gonna look it up so I can tell y'all ignorant fools some history because y'all don't know nothing. What would y'all do without me? I'm up here teaching y'all. I'm up here teaching y'all. Y'all don't know nothing. He think the original Egyptians was Arabs with their ignorance, man. I can't take it. I gotta tell him the truth, man. Yo, he said the original Egyptians is Arab. Folks, get up out of here, dude. I'm gonna tell you when the Arabs took over Egypt, man, so you can educate yourself and not be ignorant on the next live you jump in, man. Oh, okay. The Arabs took over Egypt in 639. That's when they came and took over. You know what I'm saying? So the Arabs came over there in 639. 640 Arabs forces captured the strategic border town of Pelusium and later defeated. Man, I don't know them dumbass names, man. But yeah, man, they came over there in 640. You know what I mean? And they been there ever since, bro. Yeah, man. Y'all should learn history, bro. Go do y'all research on this shit, bro. Like, you know, uh no black people, man, like I say, man, this is what God look like. If God was to come back, he would look like this. I always tell people this. That's what's in the book. That's in the book y'all believe. Because they come out and tell y'all the first human beings was black. They came out and told you that, and God said, I made the first humans in my image. So what does that mean? Hey, man, it's your book, though. Hey, I'm just saying. I'm just saying, it's your book. Y'all believe the book. How y'all gonna get mad at the book the white person then, re-rocked and did all that too and gave it to y'all? And it still said black people gods. It still said, yo, yeah, God made an image of black people. We made an image. God made humans in his image. Right? They gave y'all Bible that said that. Then, like 100, 200 years later, they tell y'all, oh, black people was the first humans. You can't correlate, bro. You say, where does it say black? Okay, let me explain to you, Nick, right? I just said in the Bible, it says God made humans, right? He made man in his image, right? That's what it said in the Bible, in your Bible. God made man in his image. Pause. Let's stop there. Then, boom. Science comes 200 years later, and says the first human being was black. We found them in Africa. So that's where the humans started at. They came from Africa. So if we take them two, statements and we bring them together, Bob, what does it mean? What does it mean? I mean, God made people black. He say, no, now it's false history. The white people said it. Now, when white people say something that don't line up with your white racist ideology, they're wrong. They're wrong now. He talking about there's other species of human. Yeah, and the Neanderthals. Yeah, yeah, that's your people's Neanderthals. Let me go look up all this different species of human because you're right. And I believe that the other I feel like it's different species of humans on the other side of the ice wall in Antarctica. I don't think it's aliens. I just think it's different species of humans. They're not Homo sapiens, just like Neanderthals on Homo sapiens, but we're Homo sapiens. I feel like what's over there is a human species, but they just more advanced. It's like we more advanced than Neanderthals, they more advanced than us. It's my theory, a fun, side fact of my, opinion, bro. Damn, I forgot what I was about to look up. Damn, man, I forgot. God created people in his image and Jesus was black. Jesus was brown, not black. Uh, no, then difference between black and Middle Eastern. Probably very dark though. I'm saying Jesus was probably like my skin color. You know what I mean? He probably like my skin color. You know, yeah, man, it is what it is, man. Y'all don't like it, man. I really don't care, man. That's your God, anyways. Y'all say that's your God. Y'all God is black. Y'all say Jesus is your God, and y'all God is brown. Y'all got a brown God, and y'all don't like brown people. So how that work? Jesus wasn't a Jew. He was Hebrew. Difference. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't even know your own Bible, man. Jesus was the same skin color as people you see in Palestine, Lebanon, and that region. Right. He was a. That's why I hate people, but they just be ignorant, right? When I say brown or black, I don't mean African descent, right? I don't mean when I say a person is black, I don't mean he's African descent. I'm just meaning when I say black, Indian is black, right? You go to, like, for example, if you go to Asia, right, and go to India, that's in Asia, them people is black, like in the sense that I say black, or you could say brown, right? They the same. It don't mean they're African though, and that's what y'all don't understand. The original people were brown or black, whatever you want to call it. They were this. They were this, man. All that light shit ain't come to when y'all came out the Europe and started doing what y'all was doing. Like the Romans was the first ones to really get it popping like that and started like conquering shit and laying down with other females that's not their color and having like light skinned babies and shit like that. That's where you get like Arabs and all that shit from dark and white people mixing. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like an Arab is a mixed race, like just like a Mexican is. It's a mixed race. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't know that, bro? God damn. Reason why people think Europeans is pretty good, they invented most of the modern stuff. That's false, man. They ain't invent most of the modern stuff. You say no, twin, not the Arabs. I think, see, I think a lot of people don't know Arab is not even like a race or nothing. Like, I think Arab is just like well, let me look it up, man, because I did see Arab not even a race. 'Cause I read something they was saying like Arab not even a race, man. No, Arab not a race. It's a ethnic group, right? Not a race, but it still is. Yeah, they say because race is traditionally associated with specific physical traits or distinct genetic lineages, Arabs cannot be categorized as a